You're standing in the seafood aisle staring at 6 different packages of smoked salmon, and every single one of them is lying to you. While you've been piling slices onto bagels and calling it a healthy breakfast, some truly questionable products have crept onto those shelves. Most grocery store smoked salmon is farmed in Atlantic, fed pellets colored with synthetic astaxanthin, and barely kissed with smoke. The industry even uses something called a Salmon fan, like a paint fan deck, to decide exactly how pink your fish should be. Some of these brands have been hit with listeria recalls. Others are owned by the same massive Norwegian conglomerate that's been sued for greenwashing. And a few just taste like salted cardboard with a faint memory of the ocean. So let's break down 8 grocery store smoked salmon brands, worst to best, and figure out which ones are worth your money and which ones belong in the trash. Because at $8 to $15 a package, you deserve salmon. That actually tastes like it's been smoked, not just dyed and repackaged. Smash that subscribe button because we're about to save you from some seriously overpriced fish disappointment. Number 8, Waterfront Beastro, hardwood, smoked Nova Atlantic salmon. This is the Albertsons store brand. You'll find it at Safeway, Tom Thumb, Acme, and everywhere else that Albertsons has its fingerprints. And let me tell you, this is everything you do not want from a grocery store seafood purchase. The fishy smell hits you before you even peel the package open. We're not talking subtle ocean aroma here. We're talking, did something go wrong in transit fishy? The kind that makes you question whether finishing the package is a good idea or a dare. Whatever hardwood smoking process is listed on the label, it left no evidence behind. Zero smoke flavor, none. And then there's the texture, mushy, overly soft. Like this salmon was frozen, thawed, frozen again, and then someone gave up and shipped it. Anyway, multiple taste tests have ranked this one dead last, and it's easy to understand why. Reviewers describe the mouthfeel as extremely off-putting, and that's being generous. Here's the thing, this is what happens when a grocery conglomerate slaps its name on a seafood product and hopes store loyalty does the heavy lifting. They're not competing on quality, they're competing on shelf placement. At any price, this salmon is a waste of a perfectly good bagel. Number 7, Latitude 45 Smoked Atlantic Salmon. Walmart's attempt at upscale smoked salmon. Latitude 45. Sounds like coordinates for somewhere glamorous. Maybe a fjord in Scandinavia, maybe a pristine Alaskan inlet. In reality, it's the geographic equivalent of the Walmart parking lot. The texture is rubbery, not firm, not silky, rubbery. It feels more like deli meat that's been sitting in the case a day too long than anything you'd associate with premium smoked fish. There's a lingering fishy aftertaste that sticks around after you swallow, like an unwelcome house guest who doesn't take hints. And the smoke, barely a whisper. For a product that positions itself as upscale, Latitude 45 never delivers on that promise. And get this, the highest praise any reviewer could offer was that it didn't trigger a gag reflex. That's the bar, that's where we are. Walmart knows its customer base doesn't typically shop for smoked salmon. This product exists to capture the aspirational buyer, someone who wants to feel fancy on a Friday night without driving to Whole Foods. The margins on a product like this are excellent precisely because expectations are already underground. When the best endorsement for your smoked salmon is, I didn't spit it out, you've got a product problem, not a marketing problem. Number 6, Lasco Smoked Atlantic Nova Salmon. This is the one that gets you with the packaging, gold embellishments, clean design, the kind of elegant presentation that makes you think you're buying something special. And when you pull the salmon out, it looks the part. Beautiful rectangular ribbons, perfectly proportioned marble-like strips of bacon. Your Instagram would love it. Then you taste it, flat, underseasoned. The smoke is almost imperceptible, more like a rumor than a flavor. The texture is fine, technically. Not mushy, not rubbery. But unremarkable doesn't earn you a spot above 6th place when you're charging a premium for presentation. The most frustrating part is the gap between what your eyes see and what your tongue experiences. Reviewers specifically cite this disconnect. It's the Instagram model of smoked salmon. Stunning in photos, nothing in person. Lasco is selling packaging, not fish. They know you'll reach for the one that looks most expensive on the shelf, and they've invested heavily in making sure that's them. The problem is, no amount of gold foil fixes bland salmon, all dressed up with nowhere to go. Number 5, a Vita Classic Premium. Sliced smoked Atlantic Nova Salmon. Found at Hannaford, H-E-B, Publix, and a handful of other chains, Vita Classic has been around for decades. It's also been recalled for Listeria contamination twice, once in 2011 and again more recently. That's not a fluke, that's a pattern. The salmon itself is acceptable. Not great, not terrible. Moderate smoke flavor, decent slice thickness. But the salt hits hard at around 740 milligrams of sodium per 2-ounce serving. That's roughly 32% of your recommended daily intake. You're getting more cured than smoked. A couple slices on a bagel and you've already eaten a third of your daily sodium budget before lunch. But here's where it gets tricky. A brand with multiple food safety recalls should be bending over backward to earn consumer trust. Instead, Vita Classic coasts on regional loyalty and grocery chain partnerships. Shoppers reach for it out of habit, not because it's earned repeat. Business, acceptable salmon with an unacceptable safety record. You're paying for the name and gambling on the quality control. If this is already saving you from a bad purchase, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's next. Number 4, Duck Trap Kendall Brook Smoked Atlantic Salmon. Since 1978, Duck Trap has marketed itself as a quaint Maine smokehouse. River of Maine, naturally smoked in Maine. The packaging practically smells like a coastal New England morning. What the packaging doesn't mention is that Duck Trap is owned by Mowi, the world's largest farmed Atlantic salmon producer, headquartered in Bergen, Norway. The salmon comes from industrial farms in Scotland, Norway, Iceland, and Chile, not Maine. To be fair, the smoking itself is done in Maine, using a combination of maple, oak, cherry, and apple woods. And you can taste it. The smoke profile is actually decent. Silky texture, mild flavor, clean ingredient list of salmon, salt, cane sugar, and spices. The real kicker is the lawsuit. The Organic Consumers Association sued Mowi for greenwashing, alleging that claims of all natural and sustainably sourced don't hold up. The lawsuit details allegations of antibiotics, synthetic pesticides, misleading geographic origins, and environmental damage from open net pen farming that's been banned in California, Alaska, and Washington state. Mowi also has one of the worst animal welfare ratings among major farm fish producers. Duck Trap is a masterclass in brand theater. The artisanal packaging, the small batch language, the since 1978 nostalgia, all of it creates the illusion of a craft product backed by a corporate giant with a checker record. They're banking on you never flipping the package over. The salmon is fine, the marketing is fiction, you're paying a premium for a story that isn't true. Number 3, Kroger Private Selection Cold Smoked Norwegian Atlantic Salmon. Kroger's house brand has no business being this good. Private Selection has quietly become one of the most reliable options in the smoked salmon aisle, and it does so without the pretension, the mythology, or the inflated price tag. Norwegian Atlantic salmon, cold, smoked in a traditional style. The texture hits the right notes, pleasant fattiness that coats the palate without crossing into greasy territory. Not mushy, not rubbery, just right. The smoke is present but restrained, letting the salmon flavor come through. The salt level is balanced, which is rarer than you'd think in this category. Taste testers consistently describe it as a dependable everyday option that competes with brands costing significantly more. Good availability at Kroger affiliates nationwide, and the price point makes it realistic for regular rotation rather than special occasion only purchases. This is what happens when a grocery chain actually invests in its private label instead of treating it like a dumping ground for the cheapest possible product. Nothing flashy, nothing false. Just honest smoked fish at a fair price. The quiet overachiever. And if you're finding this ranking useful, hit the like button. It really helps the channel cut through the noise. Number 2, Blue Hill Bay Scottish Style Smoked Salmon. Here's where it gets interesting. Blue Hill Bay is also owned by Mowi, same parent company as Duck Trap. But where Duck Trap wraps itself in artisanal mythology, Blue Hill Bay just makes good salmon and lets you eat it. The Scottish style technique uses oak wood and a slower smoking process, and you can taste the difference. Long, hearty slices with a tender, meaty texture. The smoke level is perfectly calibrated, enough to register, not enough to bulldoze the fish. It's less salty than you'd expect for a Scottish style product, which works in its favor. No fishy aftertaste. The slices hold up beautifully on toast or folded around cream cheese. What makes this particularly impressive is the ingredient list: salmon, salt, natural green tea extract, natural celery extract, Nissen, and natural hardwood smoke. The green tea and celery extracts function as natural preservatives. No chemical additives, no mystery ingredients. Blue Hill Bay proves that the same corporate parent can produce wildly different results. It's priced reasonably, the Scottish-style distinction is genuine rather than cosmetic, and it consistently lands in the top 3 across multiple independent taste tests. Bottom line, this is the smoked salmon that doesn't need a backstory. It just needs a bagel. Number 1. FPEN Norwegian Smoked Salmon Slices. FPEN is a Dutch company that's been smoking fish since 1942, over 80 years in the game. The Norwegian smoked salmon slices are available at Kroger stores, and they are, by a meaningful margin, the best grocery store smoked salmon you can buy. The flavor is robust without being aggressive, perfect balance of smoke. And salt with a touch of sweetness that rounds everything out. The texture is ideal, tender but not mushy, with an almost melt in your mouth quality that no other brand on this list can match. The slices have enough body to feel substantial, but enough give to drape over a bagel like they were born for it. And get this, the larger 8-ounce package comes with 3 flavor varieties and a packet of honey mustard dill sauce that's surprisingly good. Even without the sauce, even just the traditional variety, this salmon outperforms every other brand in the lineup. Taste testers across multiple independent reviews consistently put it at number 1. The most telling part is that FPEN hasn't sacrificed the smoking process to cut costs. 80+ years of smoking expertise shows up in every slice. The per ounce value is also better than most competitors because of the larger package size, which means you're getting quality and quantity. That's rare in this category. This is the 1. The smoked salmon that makes you wonder why you ever settled for anything less. Here's what this ranking really comes down to. Most of the smoked salmon in your grocery store is the same farmed Atlantic fish, colored with the same synthetic pigment and packaged with different marketing stories. The gap between the worst and the best isn't really about the salmon. It's about who respects the smoking process and who's just going through the motions. Waterfront Beastro should come with an apology letter. FPEN should come with a standing ovation. And everything in between is a lesson in reading labels, ignoring packaging, and trusting your palate over a brand name. Read the fine print. Smoked in Maine doesn't mean from Maine. All natural doesn't mean what you think it means. And color added is on more labels than you'd ever expect. The best smoked salmon delivers honest flavor without a marketing costume. Don't trust the packaging photos. Don't fall for gold foil and artisanal fonts. Taste the fish. Hit subscribe if this changed how you'll shop for smoked salmon, and drop a comment telling us which ranking you think we got wrong.